Hi, welcome to Cubs and Culture for January 3rd, 2018, continuing our retrospective on the 2017 Cubs. For the second half, I want to talk about two things. Well, actually, it's the same thing, but with two different cases. It's about the midseason trades and how sort of each of them reflected the part of the second half Cubs. I'm going to start with the Justin Wilson trade because it's the negative one. I kind of want to end this on a positive note. Justin Wilson, he was a closer for the Tigers. He came over in the Alex Avila deal. He kind of looks like Mr. Lemonhead. He also had the tendency to walk people every goddamn time he came into a game, regardless of the situation. And this problem of walking people, especially among the bullpen pitchers, really took off in the second half and ended up being the case that the Cubs, 2017 Cubs, ended up 30 out of 30 for the unintentional walks. It was probably the biggest overall pitching issue. Wilson not really working is sort of reflective of how the bullpen, which was sort of the strength in the first half, flipped to being a weakness. And the eighth inning, which was the inning Wilson was got to pitch, being the heart attack inning where the Chicago Cubs became the cardiac Cubs. So Wilson trade, it didn't work. I don't think, maybe he'll bounce back, hopefully he does. I wouldn't have made that trade. It reflects our bullpen issues though. The other trade for the pitcher, of course, was Quintana, who so far this trade is looking out. It's been absolutely worthwhile. And the thing about him is, if you look at his sort of progression of what he did for the Cubs in the second half, it's basically what the Cubs themselves did, which I thought was kind of neat. In the second half, the Cubs come right out of the gate. Win like 6 against out of the gate, take the lead of the division, and never really relinquish it after that. But Quintana first start, he strikes out like 11 Orioles, pitches like 7 innings, 1-run ball, no run balls, super quality start. He then proceeds to have a little bit of a hiccup every now and then, but still the vast majority of his starts were quality starts. If you're not familiar with the term, it's 6 innings, no more than 3 earned runs. And then he also has flashes of brilliant dominance or brilliance, such as his complete game in Milwaukee, which is one of the games that's going to stick with me. So Quintana's performance, I think, is the central sort of heartbeat of the second half Cubs. Quality baseball a lot of the time, dominance every now and then, also got rocked every now and then. Okay. Okay, now the other sort of thing that sticks out with me, of course, is that we wrapped up the division in St. Louis, and in some ways that makes the 2017 division title sweeter than 2016. We did it in St. Louis. We also then, the next day, ended their season basically using the Iowa Cubs, and then Martin catches the home run, robs the person of the home run, which is like a dagger to the heart, and we twisted the knife to mathematically eliminated them from playoff contention. Those were great. And then the other sort of thing about the second half I really liked and will stick with me for the rest of my life is John Lackey. John Lackey, God bless him. He's the angriest pitcher on the planet, always bitching at umpires, and fortunately he had a great swan song for his Cubs career where it was against the Cardinals, and the umpire missed a pitch, and he called a strike, a ball, and it was been a strikeout on the opposing pitcher. Lackey then throws it again, and the guy, Martin, I think it was for the Cardinals, hits it, scores 2 runs. Lackey goes completely Lackey-esque, goes batshit insane, charges the umpire, kind of multitasking because he's supposed to back up the play. He gets himself ejected. Contreras gets his ass ejected. Baez has to corral Contreras and pandemonium for like 30 seconds. That is the perfect way for John Lackey to end his career with a team. And so I don't want him to come back only for that reason. It's such a perfect swan song. So, regular season 2017 Cubs, excuse me, were struggling the first half, pretty damn good in the second half, night and day. For all the frustration you had in the first half, you had a lot of fun in the second half. And at the end, I think it's going to be remembered as a great defense of the title, and that our hangover effect wasn't as bad as it looked like initially, because Madden was very intelligent in how he rested the team. Okay, so let me come back in a few minutes to talk about the postseason. So, Cubs and Culture signing off for the moment. See you in a bit.